Welcome to the platform Navigator. In this video, I will talk about scale. How can you grow your platform? Platforms are all about network effects. More users, more value. And it's really hard to kick this network effects off. If you have no sellers, how can you attract buyers? If you have no buyers, how can you attract sellers? But others have been successful with launching network effects. What can we learn from successful platforms? And there are really two types of strategies which we can embark on, which we can leverage. Traditional strategies and opportunistic strategies. And if we talk traditional strategies, we can really focus on one side first. So if we have multiple sides of a market, we can just focus on one. Or we can attract key users and hope that they bring friends or customers with them. We can try to leverage existing assets that might be existing users or other platforms. And last but not least, we can try to go in big. We can try to focus on two or even more sides of the market simultaneously. Last but not least, we also can be aggressive. We can exploit opportunistic opportunities. We can just use competitors' platforms to position ourselves successfully on their costs, maybe even. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the different categories, into the different strategies and patterns. Focus on one side is first and foremost about single-site product. Single-site product is all about getting users for one side of the market first. OpenTable, for example, provided restaurant management software to restaurants, and they were really successful. So restaurants could manage their restaurants with that software. And only after that, they opened up their product and it was possible for guests to book over the platform of OpenTable. So start with one side, build a compelling product for one side of the market first, and then open it up. Second strategy, Münchhausen Bootstrap. Münchhausen Bootstrap is based on the very famous fairy tale where Baron Münchhausen got himself out of a swamp by just pulling his own hair. Take Quora, the question and answer platform, for example. In the beginning, there was nobody to answer questions. So the employees answered them themselves. So that's how they get networks effect started. Boost early supply is all about boosting supply in a very challenging early phase. Think Android. Android was late in the game. iPhone was already leading. There was already an app store. So why, as a developer, shall I develop for Android? Well, Android and Google had a challenge. You could win a lot of money, so it was a multi-million challenge, if you develop an app for Android. And that's how they kicked it off and really managed to get attractive developers and apps on board. Attract key users is a second core strategic move you can take. You can subsidize the sensitive. Just think Facebook. As a normal user, you don't have to pay. Get the big shots. Think about Microsoft Xbox. Microsoft Xbox spend a lot of money on publishers that they publish the games exclusively or early on Microsoft Xbox. Get the gang together. Android founded the Handhelds Alliance to get the necessary players together to get their Android success story running. If we look at leverage existing assets, then there's a very easy strategy. Let your users bring them in. Just think about Kickstarter. If you want to launch a campaign on Kickstarter, you as a person launching the campaign will attract a lot of people or try to attract a lot of people and bring them on into Kickstarter to support you. Follow the Rabbit is really all about the novel Alice in Wonderland. It's really about going beyond what you have initially thought would be possible. Think about Amazon. Amazon started as an e-commerce store, and then they changed their business model to a marketplace. Follow the rabbit. Go beyond what you originally intended. And then there's Piggyback. Piggyback is all about finding a platform and building a platform on the top of the existing platform. Think eBay and PayPal. PayPal was all about building the best experience, the best payment experience around eBay. Focus on both sides is really about focusing and tackling both sides at the same time. First, there's micro market. Think about Facebook. Facebook just started in Harvard, then other colleges, then high schools. And then only after that, it went global and became the Facebook we know as of today. So micro market, start in a specific, with a very strong focus in a specific micro market. Big Bang is all about going for both sides of the market simultaneously. For example, through large advertisement campaigns and pushing people really go in big, both sides, bold move, Big Bang. Last but not least, you can also try to exploit opportunistic opportunities. And the first opportunity you have is platform injections. Platform injection is very tough, but Kindle managed to do it. So Apple Kindle, the platform where book providers and book readers come together, managed to inject an app into the iPhone ecosystem. That is really challenging. Why? Because Apple is really careful. Apple has a platform for music, for apps, but also for games. So why allow a book platform in the iPhone ecosystem? Well, Amazon managed to be successful with it. So now Kindle is also available on iPhone. It's injected in the iPhone ecosystem. There's a second opportunistic strategy, which is platform exploitation. Platform exploitation often happens in the domain of open source platforms. Just think Android. Android was copied, for example, by Amazon. So Amazon just did copy and paste, said thank you, like other Chinese player, for example, you just copy an existing platform because it's open sourced. Last but not least, we are talking platform pacing. Platform pacing is comparable to platform exploitation. Once again, think about open source software. There are a lot of databases, open source databases. And the most successful, or one of the most successful of them, was MongoDB. And Microsoft just re-implemented MongoDB on their Microsoft Azure platform, and they just took care that it completely behaved to customers like MongoDB. So you just copy the boundary resources. So the product behaves and looks like the original one, but under the surface, it's a different product. You just copy the boundary resources. Summing up, this video was all about scaling and how to solve the chicken and egg problem.